Hey everyone, here's part two to our trip from Europe to the United States on Icelandair. I'm sitting here in the Saga Lounge, I'm having a snack, and shortly I'll be getting ready to get up and head off to the gate to take my 737 MAX 8 from Keflavik, Iceland, all the way to Washington, D.C., Dulles. And once I'm in Dulles, I'm going to go to a hotel near Washington, D.C. National Airport and fly home tomorrow. That'll be a different video. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy some food. I'm going to enjoy some plane watching and then walk down to my next gate. Thanks for watching. Let's see what happens. So what do I think of the Saga Lounge? It's simple, Nordic, clean. I like the fact that the windows are high and the shades are open. It's nice to have the sunlight, particularly when you're in a place like Iceland, which is a bit dark. The music is muted. I've been in here and there haven't been many people here, but then again, I'm flying on a Wednesday. The plane viewing is good, but I will tell you that they're all Icelandair aircraft. Almost every one of them. I don't think I've seen one that isn't yet, except a DHL cargo flight. Anyway, I enjoyed the food. The facilities are good. As some of you may already know, I prize a certain amount of cleanliness and simplicity and food selections that are more light and travel friendly as opposed to heavy or elegant. There's alcohol available, plenty of brands of beer, plenty of brands of alcohol. It's a serve yourself because we're in a European country. I don't really like to drink when I'm sitting in the lounges. I do occasionally have a beer when I'm sitting around, but this trip's too long for me to have a beer. And really, the main purpose of a lounge shouldn't be alcohol. All the chargers work, and they seem to be pretty high-powered. I've been able to get all of my equipment recharged and ready to go for the next leg of this trip, which is helpful. The service staff have been friendly. They smile. The desk staff have already helped me with one small issue, and I'm about to go and ask them for another. So as a place to spend a few hours between flights, I like this. Now, I do want to say something. I avoided a tight connection here, not because I was afraid of a tight connection in Keflavik. I think they know how to make those happen. But I wanted to spend some time in the lounge and I wanted to, absorb it. So I have. And really, as lounges go, it's always hard to tell. What do I value? Look, in my scale, I'd rather be in here than some of the Delta lounges. I'd rather be in here than some of the American Airlines lounges, to be honest. It's big, spacious, muted. I've been very relaxed, which I think I appreciate. So that's about all I got. Now, if you like our content, please like, comment, and subscribe. We're grateful for the support. Hi everyone. It's almost the end of my time inside the Icelandair lounge, the Saga Lounge. So I'm going to head over to the gate in a few minutes. Hopefully board in about a little over an hour. My next segment is about 6 hours. And that's on a 737 MAX 8. I'm looking forward to that one. I think that one has the potential to be a very satisfying flight. Many people prefer wide bodies. Really, at the end of the day, it's the seat. Legroom, comfort. Many of you like in-flight entertainment. I'm not that keen on it. But it is notable that on my 767 flight, I watched The Big Bang Theory. And I did it in part because of Noel Phillips. Because that's what he always seems to search for when he's looking at in-flight entertainment. And I've never watched it before. So that was interesting. Anyway, if you're going to plan your flight, if you're going to do Icelandair, whether you're going to do it by economy or Saga Premium, which is their business class, the lounge is well worth it. It's a good place to relax and get ready for the next leg of the trip. And if you're going to Europe from here, it's anywhere from a 2 to 4 hour trip. It's not long. Paris was 3 hours, 10 minutes. I would expect most other European cities to be no more than an hour from that if you're going farther east. And if you're going farther north or farther west, it should be a shorter flight. And if you're going to the United States, it's a good connection, particularly if you're connecting into the evening and flying out to the States, because you're going to get there kind of late in the evening. It's a good way to relax, get on the plane, maybe have a quick meal, and then put a blanket over yourself and take a long nap. No, it's not lie flat. Sitting in the lounge relaxes you. This is a peaceful place to be. So that's all I've got. I'm looking forward to this next trip. We'll see what it's got in store for us. Let's get started. Here we go. Looks like a shiny new airplane. Let's go flying. I don't think it would be very
Hi. What is your seat number?
Well, I believe I'm right there, actually.
Yes. Are you 3?
Yes,
Three is here. 4 is here. Yes.
Jesus Christ, sorry.
No worries.
Here, here's 3D. How are you?
Welcome.
Thank you.
Fine. Coming from Europe?
I'm coming from a long journey throughout Europe.
Wow, nice.
Menu wasn't much different from my first flight, but it was more than worth it and certainly worth the price of the trip. I enjoyed my food and I enjoyed my beverages. Entertainment, legroom, and guess what? A pretty good meal. In fact, a meal that wasn't what I ordered, but they more than made up for it in effort and finding something that I did enjoy eating. In this case, ravioli. That's Greenland down there, and I've gotten to fly over it once before. It is really something else to see from the air, and it makes me just hunger to go back there and see what that place is like. No, I wasn't lying flat, but I was lying comfortably, and that duvet was perfect for me to get a nice nap in. Okay, so for those wondering, I got through customs as fast as I think anybody can get through customs. Now I do have global entry, but I didn't see any chaos going on tonight. So, have to get on the people mover, as you'll see as you will have seen in the video. I hate those people movers. And honestly, I really don't have a clue as to why Washington DC or why Washington Dulles still has them, but they're not going away. They just strike me as a way to slow everything up, because everybody's got to get off the plane and get into the people movers before we start moving. But look, not the worst experience. Great experience on Icelandair. And I would say this: they discovered they did not have enough meals loaded to serve me as the last in the last row of business class, the item that I most wanted. I don't like fish, so I didn't want their fish supply. They really bent over backwards to make me happy, and I think the measure of a good airline is not in whether or not they make a mistake. Everybody's going to make that mistake. It's how they approach it, and these guys approached it really well. They had a vegetarian meal. I had a little bit of that, and I had a ham and cheese baguette, and honestly, I was smiling happy. The plane flight was an excellent experience. And I must say that, now I don't get on many 737 MAX 8s, but when I do, I notice how much better that plane is. You can tell it's more powerful. You can tell it climbs a little better. You can tell that it is just like a smoother flight, if that makes sense. I want to say it's a little quieter, but I don't think that's true. I think the tone of the engine is just a little bit different. But my perception is that it's a little quieter. Very stress-free flight. I enjoyed it. And would I take Icelandair on that route again? As it stands tonight, being as tired as I am, yeah, I'd do that. You bet. Good experiences all the way around. Dulles Airport experience, it wasn't bad. I just wish that airport would get cleaned up. I think it has been ignored for a long, long time, and it really shows it. A couple other items of note. Couldn't find a taxi. They're hidden somewhere there, but where they are, I couldn't find them. And I got charged by Lyft $33 to drive 1.7 miles to my hotel. I was pretty irritated at that. That's an airport tax, and I didn't like it. Hotel. You'll never see what I see in this hotel, and that's okay. But I'll tell you this, I'm staying at a Hyatt in Herndon, and I just paid $230 for something that it's beat up. It's unpleasant, beat up, with an old air conditioner that's pumping out cold air, but at the noise of, well, a first generation jet. The sofa's got dark marks on it and a rip in it. The carpet is very stained. Ooh. This is at most a $100 hotel room. And I don't say that stuff very often. I realize prices have gone up, but this is not a happy moment for me at all. But it's done. My other complaint about the hotel, I tried to call them several times in order to arrange for transportation. No one answered. Just kept on ringing. Did I have the right number? According to all the Hyatt materials. And yeah, it got answered with, press 0 if you want the front desk. When I got here, there were 2 men working at the front desk and working at the astonishing pace of nothing. And then I asked about transportation back to the airport because, $33 on Lyft. And they informed me that their van isn't going to be leaving early enough for me. And, at one point the guy suggested, well, you want to leave here at 3:15 a.m. for a flight I had to leave at 6:55 in the morning. I was like, no, I don't. Yes, you do. No, you don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Not for a 6:55 a.m. departure. I do not need to leave this 1.7 mile away hotel at 3:15 in the morning. And if I did, I'd stay at the airport. Very frustrating experience after a long day of travel. You always want it to end on a high note, and really the only thing that killed it was the hotel experience. So that's the end of this video, and tomorrow I'm gonna fly from Washington Dulles to Dallas. That'll be a different video. If you like our content, please like, comment, and subscribe. I can tell you this, great flights on Icelandair. And I saw a review recently about the Saga Premium experience that I think is going to be different than what mine is. My thoughts is this: Icelandair is doing everything they can to bring a good experience in transporting people to Europe. And yes, the connection is slightly longer, but I think the connection is actually helpful in many respects. And I won't hesitate to use that as a way over to Europe again, or to come back. We'll see. So thanks for watching. I'm going to bed. Bye.